What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, August 5th, 2019. Give me 1 second. Gonna make sure things are working properly before we get started. If you're a replay viewer, I think you can probably hit the timestamps if you'd like. Jump right to that part of the video that you want to jump to. What is a bull market? Are we here? Is Bitcoin in a bull market? That's really the question. I just tweeted a little bit ago, and I didn't expect the responses that I get. Not a ton of responses, but some interesting ones fairly quickly. It seems many agree whether or not we're in a bear market or a bull market. My whole thing is I don't believe we're in a defined bull market just yet. I've been talking about this on my channel, and especially in regards to technical analysis, where I believe will mark the beginning of the true bull market. We might be on our way there, right? We might be marching forward towards that time. I just don't believe we're there yet. And maybe I'm more conservative in that regard. But I think there's a lot of things, a lot of context that surrounds this, the answer to, are we in a bull market? Is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in a bull market right now? Before I jump into it, I want to just say this. A bull market and a bear market, very difficult to define. There is no exact definition, right? A lot of it is opinionated, especially if you look at, even famous financial analysts out there. They'll give you different opinions on what a bull market is, what a bear market is, what defines these things. And I have to throw that out there because this is my opinion, right? I'm no guru. This is my opinion when I'm looking at the charts. The other thing is it depends on what market you're looking at, what asset class you're looking at. Right now, we're looking at Bitcoin. There's not a ton of historical data to help us in going back and saying, okay, this is what the bull markets really look like. This is what the bear markets look like, going back generations and generations, right? We don't have that. So take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But yes, it is my opinion. We're not in the bull market yet. $20 Jim Flanagan super chat, driving home. Well, wait a second, Jim. First off, thanks for the super chat, Launchpad Foundation. You're the man. Secondly, don't drive and watch video at the same time. You're making me nervous, man. Please be safe. Hopefully you're just listening to my voice, and hopefully the audio is okay for you. But yeah, let's talk about this. So I guess what we can do first is we can look at the charts, and if we're looking zoomed out, first off, we can speculatively say, based on my long-term charting, right? When I have a link to this chart in the description below, you can check it out. This is the long-term trend of Bitcoin. This is the cycles of Bitcoin. Perhaps we have a speculative bull market ahead in green, right? Up here, going into July 21, maybe 2022. Very speculative. And we're going to dig into this chart in a second. I want to start off with the tweet, which I tweeted just a little bit ago. Let's refresh this too. I don't know if we've gotten any more comments or not. So I tweeted, Bitcoin looks strong on the short-term chart, but has a huge barrier to entry to the bull market ahead. A huge barrier to entry. Don't be fooled by short-term gains. Bull market is not here yet. Patience. So Nano Dan says, good name too, Dan. I think Dan misuses words sometimes. It's pretty messed up, dude. I'm pretty sure he meant to say bull market isn't continuing yet. Still has some short-term bearishness, but nothing that should scare anyone. He absolutely believes we're in an overall larger bull market. So Dan putting words in my mouth. No hard feelings, Dan, but that's not true. I don't absolutely believe that we're in an overall larger bull market yet. I'm not too keen to jump into that boat and just sit here and say, it's a bull market, everybody. Enjoy the gains ahead, how long will this bull market last? I'm not there yet. And there's good reason why, right? And it's not anything that should scare anybody. Cryptos are looking awesome right now. Cryptos are looking incredibly strong. And I believe we're getting close to certain areas that I believe need to be broken for this bull market to officially ensue. And that's kind of really what I want to talk about in this video. I'm not going to take too much time to do this. Real quick though, some other comments. Here we go. Dan is right. We've had super gains, but to officially enter bull market, we need to exceed last high. That's partly plays into what I want to talk about, but it's along my initial mindset, but not exactly. Bull market isn't here. What do you call 400% appreciation in value within 5 months? I would say we already 5 months into the bull market. Really, what is your definition of a bull market? So we have some of these questions, right? And actually, I'll answer one of them quickly. Just look at Litecoin. So the person that just asked, what do you call 500 or 400% appreciation? What if we look at Litecoin, right? This is a perfect example coming out of the last bear market, 2015, 800% gains. Was this a bull market? Was this the bull market? No, it wasn't. It was extreme volatility, the upside. It promotes and presents to many people extreme opportunity to make some awesome gains based on the volatility. We have great volatility to upside and downside. That doesn't mean we have these short-term bear markets and bull markets ensuing. It's just Bitcoin and Litecoin and other cryptos, they move extremely volatile. But this wasn't the bull market, right? This was the preparation, the foundation of a bull market, which was to come, right? We see that over here, but this was the beginning. This was Litecoin exiting a bear market. You don't exit a bear market right into a bull market. The length of time that defines these things is different. We can go to traditional markets. Here's the NASDAQ, right? We all remember 2007 into 2008, 2009 area. We all remember that huge bear market, that huge drop that happened. But what defined the bull market then, right? And this is really what defines a bull market. Sustainability to the upside. Look at this. Sustainability to the upside for years, right? Now, time frame is a little different in cryptos. Cryptos move a little quicker, but this is a picture of a bull market, right? Right here, that is not the picture of a bull market. That is a picture of a bear market being exited. But look what had to take place. A foundation needed to be built for the bull market to ensue. And then besides a foundation being built for the bull market to ensue, a very key area that I like to use in terms of cycles is the 786 down to the 618 Fibonacci channel. This is long-term. This is NASDAQ. But that's basically the bull market high, bear market low, and then this really the doorway to the bull market, right? People were going crazy when this got broken, especially when this high got broken back here, right? And then we have bull markets. We can really define as bull market here. I hope that lays out a very simple definition of what a bull market is and what it looks like. It takes patience is really all I'm saying. And I based on comments that I've gotten pretty quickly, some people very much disagree. Some people think it's funny that I don't think we're in a bull market. It's like this person laughing, saying, still no bull market, laugh out loud. I don't know why I really don't know why it's funny that I have that opinion. There's a technical reason why I have that opinion. I'll say this. The doorway to the bull market is right ahead of us. I've been talking about this in our videos that I've been doing in technical analysis. The doorway mainly being this, the Fibonacci retracements that we just looked on NASDAQ in its own cycles, right? But look, it's right ahead of us. We've seen resistance right here, right? And so you have to be careful because, and maybe I'm just kind of conservative. Maybe I like to just utilize patience a little more than others, but what if this resistance plays into a longer term resistance, right? What if this is a swing high, more defined as a lower high from our previous bull market high? And what if we have more volatility to the downside for months, right? And what if it takes a while to break this 786 to 618 Fibonacci area? That is the doorway to the bull market. What if we're not there until, the beginning of 2020 or something? I'm not saying I think that's going to happen, but what if? And I like to be prepared for those scenarios. So just because we have gains out of the bottom of a bear market does not mean that we are in the bull market. We want to see certain things happen. In the last 2013 to 2015 bull market high to bear market low, same thing. We had the Fibonacci retracement, 618 to 786. If we pull it out, it's right here, right? And right here was the doorway to that bear market or bull market. I'm sorry. Now, could you have said this was the bull market right here? I mean, I guess you could say it's exactly where we are now. It's the entrance to potentially that bull market that lied ahead. But things needed to happen first, right? Resistance needed to be broken. You might have had people saying this was the bear market. Like, we're in a bear market at $500, or we're in a bull market, $400, or 150% gains up to $500. We're in a bull market, right? And then the very next week, Bitcoin's down 41%. So to that person, are we in a bear market all of a sudden? Do you know what I'm saying? Extreme volatility, everybody. And same thing goes for Litecoin. People that are saying we're now in a bull market simply because Litecoin has seen awesome gains, right? If we take gains from the low, obviously up to over 500% at one point, a little bit lower than that now, but great gains. Does that mean we're in a bull market? Well, if we go back to Litecoin, was Litecoin in a bull market from its low down here, 800% gains there? Was that a bull market? I mean, I don't think so. I think that was Litecoin correcting out of a bear market and getting ready for the next bull market. But same thing. Those same people could say from that swing high down 70%, now we're in a bear market, right? Just because there's volatility and great gains or losses does not mean it's a certain cycle is defined, right? It doesn't mean we're in a bear market. It doesn't mean we're in a bull market. It means we're in crypto, and crypto is crazy. Like, there are tsunami waves no matter what kind of market you're in, but it doesn't exactly define it. So I want to say to everybody, especially if you're new out there, don't let the emotionality and don't let your emotion define anything for you. Because right now, I can tell you for a fact, it's very evident. If I read through YouTube comments, I read through Twitter comments, literally on this tweet that I just did, it's very evident that people are defining where Bitcoin is, where Litecoin is right now. And they're saying that this is a bull market. And you can get in a lot of trouble by doing that. So pivoting away from that, right, and really looking at Bitcoin historically, the data that we have, what do bull markets look like, right? There's not a lot. There's not a ton of data. We're going back, and I only have a couple areas. And I'm not even going to use this extreme volatility coming out of like 2010 into 2011. I'm going to use maybe this correction from 2011 into almost 2012 as an example. But even as we exited that bear market, right, this bearish move from this bottom here, and we had great gains for Bitcoin from that swing low in November 2011, we had a correction, right? We had this is the weekly chart, by the way. So this took an extreme amount of patience before we entered a bullish type of market, right? Could you have said this was the bull market? No, because that was not sustainable upside. We corrected and we consolidated for weeks and months, right? Bull market is not that. A bull market is sustainability to the upside for months or years. It's not consolidating sideways for weeks and months. That's not a bull market. Same thing here was, and then just to clarify, and then look, we entered a very bullish phase, very short term, June 2012 to April 2013, not even a full year, but very bullish phase. Call it a bull market. And then we had a correction, right? And then we came back up, same type of deal, same type of scenario, and then we corrected into a bear market. So the question is this: out of that bear market in 2015, was this huge bounce out of the bear markets a bull market? In my opinion, no, it wasn't a bull market. Looking back historically, this was the entrance to the bull market. This is exactly where I think we are right now. But I think we need to have some patience in confirming that this is happening, that this is going to happen. And the best way to confirm, we have our Fibonacci retracement. I just showed this to you. And it was confirmed when we broke this doorway to the bull market. It's right there. But look how much consolidation, a lot of sideways trading, a lot of just longer term dips. Not like this didn't happen in like a couple days of a 40% dip. This was like a couple months here, this dip, this consolidation, before actually breaking through this Fibonacci area, right? And then we have our bull market highlighted in green being defined. Same thing. I don't know when or where or how this is going to happen, right? I don't. However, this, whether it's here, or maybe here, I have no idea. But this is the bull market in green right here. And I don't have it defined in my own personal approach to these markets right now. I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a while now. The biggest area that needs to be broken is this Fibonacci retracements. We all know, I do a lot of technical analysis on the daily, sometimes the 4-hour charts. This retracement area of the 618 to 786. If you've been watching my channel, how often does that turn into a lower low, right? For Bitcoin resistance, just on the daily chart, right? And then we fall into wedge patterns, right? So I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is always the risk. And this could be a wedge pattern, right? And we just don't know. Lower lows, and then we enter the bull market out of that pattern. And actually, this might not even be a wedge pattern. So Fibonacci retracement, you have lower lows, you can have higher lows. So what we might see for Bitcoin is a symmetrical triangle type of pattern, where Bitcoin has a long-term continuation to the upside coming out of a symmetrical triangle, right? So that is more what this would look like. But you have to be prepared for a scenario like this. I want to be prepared for a scenario like this. This could bring Bitcoin down to $5,000 in 2019. Do I think that's going to happen? No, that's not why I'm doing this video. That's not what I'm saying. Please don't say I'm predicting this. However, my approach to these markets is this: expect nothing, anticipate everything. It's very simple. So I always have patterns like this, in my mind. I always want to be ready for it. What I would like to see is Bitcoin to not put in a lower high here, right? And I would love to see this 618 to 786 channel be broken. And I would love to see it happen by the end of 2019. I think it would be awesome. I think it's possible. Bitcoin obviously moving way quicker out of this last bear market than it did in the 2015 bear market ending. And I would love to see Bitcoin not put in a confirmed lower high right here. I don't want that to happen, right? I want it to diverge away from that a little bit. I want to break into the bull market, but we know this Fibonacci area has very high resistance up to $16,000 before, in my opinion, we can define Bitcoin as being in a bull market. So that's kind of what I'm looking at in terms of Bitcoin bull markets. So I really just wanted to throw that out there. In my opinion, these things take patience. The question is whether or not you have the patience. And the question is, will Bitcoin break this trend, right? Will it break upwards? Will it break resistance at this Fibonacci going up to $16,000? I mean, last time it took breaking resistance up to around $1,000 to break that resistance area. That's the key Fibonacci back then. And this is the confirmation. And I actually love having, and real quick, I saw a super chat come in. I just want to read it. Benji, what's up, man? $9.99 super chat. To me, it's very evident that everyone wants to be an expert, but no one knows anything. Your approach is the best, Dan. Long-term bullish, but always be ready for anything, anytime. It's actually a great comment. Thanks for the super chat for Launchpad Foundation. Listen, everybody out there in YouTube world, nobody knows anything. Even like the best financial analysts you see on TV, just literally nobody knows, right? We shouldn't even be NASDAQ shouldn't be where it is right now, according to most people, right? This should have ended like a year or two ago. Correction should have happened in so many financial analysts, the pros in their eyes. And it's just like things in life and in this world, people just don't have all the answers, everybody. And it's better just to not try and look to somebody for all the answers, like to find that secret person that's the guru and knows all of these things. And I'm talking in relation to crypto charts right now. Like there is nobody. There's nobody on YouTube. So in my opinion, this is what I have found, the best approach to these very volatile markets that don't even have enough historical data to guess. I mean, NASDAQ, at least, look how much data it has. If we can go to the weekly chart and we zoom out, this chart, well, this isn't the right chart to use, but traditional markets have way more historical data to use than Bitcoin, than Litecoin, than cryptos. So if traditional experts in the traditional markets can't even predict based on all the historical data that they have, how in the world would crypto experts be able to predict what's going to happen? The most that we have is like 10 years of data and a couple bull markets. Other than that, it's just extreme volatility. So the best thing that we can do, in my opinion, if we zoom out on the charts, is just look at key resistance areas historically. And this Fibonacci retracement on the daily chart, the weekly chart, long-term, the cycles of Bitcoin, extremely reliable. And that's my 100% honest opinion. They're extremely reliable. And we really do have a chart here that is, I think, realistic but speculative. And the link to this chart is posted below with my explanation to the technicals behind this. But we have a halving as historical data. We have all-time high historical data, which is the long-term trend of Bitcoin, the higher highs that you see on this crazy awesome looking chart. And then we have a correction phase, right? So if you want to sit there and say that we're in a bull market, right? And we've been in a bull market since December, after we're getting ready to exit the bear market, then based on how quick these bull markets last, they don't last forever. They don't last years and years and years. Then that means we better be at all-time high very soon. If you're in the camp that believes that, we're in a bull market, then we better break all-time high soon, and we better hit, new all-time highs even sooner. My chart suggests we have to be a little bit patient for all-time highs to be broken and for all-time highs to ensue once again. But right now, I want to say that I just absolutely love having this area to watch on Bitcoin. It is the doorway to Bitcoin. I can't wait to do a video when we break this area. And just, when I draw this rectangle, it just so happens to be a rectangle, just like a door. And it is the doorway to the bull market. But the door was closed last time we knocked on it. Last time Bitcoin knocked on this door, the door was like, no, bull market not ensuing yet, everybody. And so the question is, when will Bitcoin break through this door, right? That is the Fibonacci retracement 618 to 786. That is it, everybody. That's what I'm watching. And I like having it. I like having a data point that we can watch for Bitcoin to enter the bull market. Just don't think we're there yet, right? We're getting there. We're making strides. The hardest part is over, namely the bear market bottom. And even when we were there, though, and we were doing technical analysis, this was our sweet spot of accumulation. And it was our sweet spot of patience. But we made it through, and everything is all good. So anyway, that's my video. I had to do it. I didn't expect to do a video, but Bitcoin looks strong on short-term charts, but has huge barrier to entry to the bull market ahead. Don't be fooled by short-term gains. Bull market is not here yet. Patience. Those are my thoughts, and I'm definitely sticking with it. I just wanted to kind of illustrate it for you, especially if you're one of the comments that said we are in a bull market, or you just laughed at me for not saying we're in a bull market yet. I really don't think we are in the bull market yet, but we're getting there. But just be careful, right? Be very careful. What if this was a low? What if this was a swing low, a lower high, right? Here's our swing high, bull market high. What if this was a lower high? And that would only mean we have another lower high to come before breaking out. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Literally, nobody knows. Rob G knows what's up. He says, hit the like. I agree. Hit the like if you got any value out of this video. I think just be patient. Don't listen to YouTubers. That's probably the best thing I can tell you. I'm a YouTuber. Don't listen to me. Take my data and go sit back and study the charts yourself. This is just my thoughts. These are just my thoughts, everybody. One thing's true. The gains have been awesome, but that doesn't define the bull market. The gains have been awesome, and we can enjoy them, and we can accumulate on any dips that we get, because I'm sure there will be more dips. But in the short term, we can at least watch and hope to see if we can break through this doorway to the bull market. Bitcoin getting ready to once again knock on that Bitcoin bull market door to see if maybe it can be opened. So those are my thoughts. I appreciate all of you for coming by. If you missed the tweet, here is the tweet. I will put a link right here for you. If you're here right now and you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. I would absolutely love to have you as part of the channel. I know 50% of the people that watch this channel, they just don't subscribe. They're not subscribers. I don't know why. But I would love to have you as part of the channel as we grow. And as we do bust down this doorway to the bull market, it will be fun. It will be fun. And then I will do a video that says we have entered the bull market. I hope you have a good rest of the day. And I will see you in the next video. Have an amazing rest of your night. God bless.